Hello and good evening at this rate. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center this evening as we approach the 7 o'clock hour, and we have had several brand new tornado warnings just coming here to the Weather Center. I'm actually working on posting my latest tornado warning that has just gotten issued for northern parts of Prince George's County, northern parts of Anne Arundel County. In addition, we also have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Charles and Prince George's County. It is these pink polygons you see here on the screen that will indicate where those tornado warnings are in effect. Let me work on getting my latest post out, and then we can really dive into where these tornado warnings currently are and what those tornado safety precautions are going to look like. So this is initially a tornado warning for northeastern Anne Arundel and northern Prince George's counties in Maryland. This goes until 7:30. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this so we can get some more detailed areas that are going to be included with our latest tornado warning. We actually have two active tornado warnings in the region. You see, this is for the Bowie and Laurel areas just north of Silver Spring. We have an additional tornado warning in effect for northwestern parts of Charles County and southwestern parts of PG County. I will get you all the details here in just one moment. Let's get you on over here. Bada-boop. So for our northern tornado warning here for northern Prince George's and northern Anne Arundel counties, this at 6:54 p.m. a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Kemp Mill or near Langley Park and was moving at 25 miles per hour northeast. It's going to get that put together here for you and really dive into what is going on with our latest signs of rotation, and this actually looks like a rather healthy cell here. For those of you just now joining in, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you to keep you ahead of this dangerous storm we have developing here for parts of currently is over parts of Montgomery County, getting ready to move towards Beltsville, Laurel, and Bowie. This pink polygon is a tornado warning in effect until 7:30. Right now, this is just a tornado indicated. Radar indicated tornado. Additionally, we have a separate cell here. This is going to be for northwestern parts of Charles County getting into southwestern parts of Prince George's County. Think about that Potomac corridor there. This is a tornado warning, that pink polygon. This goes until 7:15. This will include areas such as Akakie, Piscataway. This is just to the north of Bryan's Road, and this is going to go until 7:15 here for you. The National Weather Service is saying that at about 6:50, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Fort Belvoir and was moving to the northeast here at about 20 miles per hour. The impact here for those within the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown. Flying debris will become dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is going to be likely. This dangerous storm will be near Fort Hunt, Clinton, and Fort Washington at around 6:55. So it looks like we've already passed that period of time here. But as we continue to look at this, I mean, if we were to put a storm track here, let's go ahead and take this out for the next 60 minutes, see where we can get this. Looking at rotation, I want to see if we can actually get rotation more concretely here. I want to bring this over so we can get a better look and get this kind of reconfigured here for us. I want to see if I can't just get my velocity scan here. We have a lot going on the screen. So it's going to be this area here where we are looking at this red and green that are touching, and I want to see if I can change one. See. Don't think so. But this area here where we have this green and this red touching, this would indicate where we have red. This is going to be wind going away from the radar in a way like this. And with our green, this would be rain, wind going towards the radar. And radar really allows us to do several things here. Both, it can show us initially where we have rain, and it can also show us where we have things in the air, where we have winds and in which direction they are moving. This is a nice rotation couple here that is rather strong. This is moving here right into the Akakie region. Let's get you some more some specifics, town names here. I want to go ahead and get that off. I want to go ahead and see if I can't just get our... So we are talking here where the core of this rotation is Old Marshall Hall Road. We're talking Springvale Court, Bryan Point Road, Farmington Roadway, John Claggett Drive, heading on over here towards Pendleton Street. This is moving right here into the Akakie region. We are also looking at an additional tornado warning, right? We have 3 in effect right now. One that's well to the west, west of I-95. It's going to be for parts of Loudoun County, northern Prince William, parts of Fauquier County. And if I can get a time here on that is going to be a tornado warning all the way out west here that goes until 7:30. That's just to the south of Leesburg. We have this additional tornado warning here for about the next 10 to 15 minutes here as this storm really now begins to move here into the Akakie and Piscataway areas. I want to get you that storm track here for you over the next hour. Where are we looking at this most precise area of rotation, tracking at about 20 miles per hour. And I'm going to need to move our tornado warning box to be able to see that, because why would we not want to load that puppy up? Let's go ahead and take this about 20 miles per hour. So we're looking at Friendly, Temple Hills, and Camp Springs coming up here over a very short period of time. Friendly, we're talking probably about the next 10 to 15 minutes for you. But again, we're really rocking here into Akakie right now, getting here into Piscataway with this tornado. Again, what we're looking at with this version of radar shows us where we have winds going to and away from the radar. And if we take this back over to a version of radar that would be what you would typically associate and what would be easiest to understand as we reset here. For those just now joining in us, we now cross over 520 you with us. Thank you for picking and joining JB Weather live coverage here. I'm Forecaster John Bordash, tracking quite an active severe weather situation across the Mid-Atlantic today. Tornado watches are up across the Mid-Atlantic. These will be going through about midnight for our local area. It includes all of Southern Maryland, the DC, Baltimore, and even Philadelphia metro areas, the Eastern Shore. It really goes from the Blue Ridge Mountains all the way out to the east. Now, that's a big picture. Locally here, we do have 3 active tornado warnings in effect. We have one currently in effect for parts of northern or far northwestern Charles County. Now, this is like north of Bryan's Road, and this cell is really pushed out of Charles County. We're really looking at southwestern PG County, the Akakie and Piscataway areas. This southern pink polygon, that is going to be in effect here until 7:15. That gets you about the next 10 to 12 minutes. Then to the north, for other parts of our viewing area, we do have a tornado warning here for northern parts of Prince George's, in northwestern parts of Anne Arundel County. This goes until 7:30, and this, just the way that this looks on radar, looks rather I wouldn't say necessarily ominous, but it does show some signs of rotation, and this is right over the White Oak area. What I currently have loaded up here for you, this version of radar, this is going to be showing us where we have winds, and radar can do a lot of things. It can show us where we have rain and how heavy the rain is. It can also dictate and sort of differentiate the types of items that we have in the atmosphere, whether it be snow, hail, rain, or debris. Radar can also show us where we have rotation, and it does that by looking at the wind profiles. How strong are the winds and in what direction are they moving? Where we have these areas of red, this would dictate and tell us that we have winds moving away from the radar in about that direction. Green areas, especially bright green areas, would denote where we have winds going towards the radar. So we're looking at a nice tight rotation couplet here, moving out of the White Oak area. This is going to be headed right for the Beltsville area here over about the next 5 or 10 minutes. Areas such as Laurel and Bowie, Odenton, Crofton, Jessup, these are areas also under this tornado warning here until 7:30 as this cell continues to get its act together and continues to move here to the east at about 24 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and take a look at what those tornado safety precautions are. We can actually get tornado safety up here. If you're in one of our tornado warned areas, this is, again, southwestern parts of PG County, northern parts of PG County, and northwestern parts of Anne Arundel County. In those areas, you are moving indoors as you have an active tornado warning. These currently do look to be radar indicated rotation, but rotation nonetheless. You want to get into a building that has a foundation. You want to move to the lowest level of that building, either a basement or a first floor. I grew up in Lesby. I grew up in a ranch-style home. We didn't have a basement. We were a one-story kind of house. So we just stayed on that first floor, but then this next point becomes even more important. You want to shield yourself. You want to get into the most interior room. You want a room that does not have a wall that touches the outside. And you want to try to cover your body in case we do indeed get this tornado touchdown. Radar is indicating that there's a high probability probability of that happening with the storms that we currently have. Taking you back over here to live William Richmond Dink radar as we sit just after 7 o'clock this evening, sitting about 7:05. We are continuing to track a tornado warned storm here for parts of southwestern PG County. This goes until 7:15. At 7:03, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Fort Hunt and moving northeast at about 20 miles per hour. This is radar indicated rotation for the time being. So parts of Charles County, you've now been taken out of this. This is southwestern PG County. We're looking Akakie and we're looking Piscataway, just to the south of Friendly. For those in the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown within that pink polygon, flying debris will become dangerous, especially for those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is going to be likely. Fort Hunt, Clinton, and Fort Washington, you can expect that storm here in about the next 4 minutes or so, right about 7:10. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Talton, Akakie, and Mount Vernon. Take cover now, move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. You want to avoid windows. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, you want to move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. This is for the storm that is currently moving through Akakie. This is here moving into the Piscataway area, and then after that, we're going to be looking towards Friendly and Clinton. Friendly and Clinton, you're not currently in the tornado warning. However, I would not be surprised to see this get extended further down. We continue to look at pretty decent rotation here. Again, if we were to annotate this a bit, areas here in red would denote where we have winds moving away from the radar and away just like this. For areas in green, we have winds moving towards the radar like that. You can see where you get that little bit of a rotation couplet here. We've just moved north of the Akakie region and now we're headed towards Piscataway. This storm continues to move northeast at about 18 miles per hour. I'm going to go ahead and get that off of here, and I want to go back up north. That's not the only tornado warning we have. I don't want to neglect our friends out west. We do have another tornado warning. This is going to be in effect for northern parts of Fauquier County, northern parts of Prince William County, and parts of Loudoun County. At 7:05, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near the Plains or 12 miles north of Warrenton, and this is moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. For those in the path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris is also going to be something we are watching. This dangerous storm will be near the Middleburg area in Virginia at about 7:10. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, St. Louis, Virginia, Marshall, Virginia, Aldie, Virginia, Halfway, Virginia, and Rectortown, Virginia. So that is going to be back to the west. Then up to the north, we have an additional tornado warning in effect here for parts of PG County as this storm moves out of Montgomery County. This is a storm moving northeast here with tornado indicated rotation. I want to see if we have a new update here from the National Weather Service, and we don't just yet, but I suspect that is coming soon. The National Weather Service, just big pictures. We zoom out here. We have a tornado warning to the south as well, looking down towards the Tappahannock area. It's going to just show you where we've been here over the last half hour. Where you see these pink boxes starting to light up, that indicates those potential tornado warnings. Right now, what the National Weather Service is watching for our local region is that a local corridor exists of a greater tornado threat, and that is evident over the DC-Baltimore region and will be so for the next 1 to 3 hours. So between about now and about 10 p.m. is when we're really going to be on guard here. We're talking from about the Blue Ridge Mountains over to the Bay, from Baltimore points south down towards Fredericksburg and southern Maryland. This is the region we are going to be watching for the potential of supercell thunderstorms to develop and produce potential tornadoes. Thankfully, right now, it does not look like we have any confirmed tornadoes, but we do have a brand new tornado warning now coming in, our fifth tornado warning, our fifth active tornado warning. This is going to be down towards the King George area. A brand new tornado warning for King George County, Virginia. This is northern King George County. This is going to be towards the 301 bridge that we're going to be watching for. So Charles County, be on the heads up here. We're going to wait and see and wait for this to populate here. It should be momentarily. At 7:09, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over King George and moving northeast at about 25 miles per hour. we can see the general direction is that we have storms here pushing to the north and east. It's going to be this storm right here over King George. This is going to be potentially looking to impact the Dahlgren area here rather soon. I want to switch scenes here. Actually, there we go. You can see this tornado warning. It's this pink polygon. So right here over King George, I want to take this northeast at about 25 miles per hour. And we're not getting any populated locations, but this is going to be your tornado warning polygon. I want to go ahead and get this posted on over to socials, and then we can reset a bit to kind of get a nice vantage point of where we are as things continue to develop here. We have several active tornado warnings across the region right now. Our latest tornado warning here for King George County does go until 7:45, so it takes you over the next half hour or so. This is for northern portions of King George County in the northern neck of Virginia. And again, it's going to be that pink polygon we are watching. This is going to be a storm that we're going to watch for people over there in Charles County on the other side of that 301 bridge. Again, at 7:09, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over King George, Virginia, and was moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. This is radar indicated rotation right now. This is not a confirmed tornado on the ground. However, radar returns are indicating that it is very possible that a tornado could very easily touch down in this region. Let's go ahead and zoom out, and you can see the 5 different tornado warnings we have across the area right now. We have one tornado warning to the north that includes the Bowie, Laurel, Odenton, and Crofton areas. That goes until 7:30. An additional tornado warning to the west for northern parts of Fauquier and southern parts of Loudoun County till 7:30. An additional tornado warning for southwestern parts of PG County. That is going to be going here until 7:15. So for about the next 3 minutes, that's Akakie and Piscataway. But our friends in Friendly and Clinton are going to be on the watch here to see if this tornado warning gets extended. We have a new tornado warning for parts of King George County that just got issued until 7:45. That includes King George. It also includes northern parts of the Dahlgren area, right along Route 301. And then we have an additional tornado warning down towards the Tappahannock area. That tornado warning is going to be going here until 7:30. And we don't have confirmation on any of these tornado warnings just yet that they are confirmed with it. It's going to be something that we watch. I want to take us on over to our velocity mode to see where our rotations currently are. The rotation with this King George tornado warning is not necessarily pronounced, but it is something we're going to watch. It would generally be in this area here, just north of King George. So this is really almost going to try to parallel 301. So our friends over in Dahlgren, over about the next 20-30 minutes or so, we're going to be on the watch here for this. We take a look at what our tornado safety precautions are here. You're going to be moving indoors. We need a building with a foundation. A mobile home is not going to work. A shed really isn't going to work here. You want to move to the lowest level of that building with that foundation. A basement's great, but a first floor can be okay as well. But you want to shield yourself. You want to put as many walls between you and the exterior as possible. Preferably, you wouldn't have an exterior wall in the room that you're going to be riding the storm out in. And you want to cover your body. If we have any flying debris, if there is indeed a tornado touchdown, you want to think if there's going to be something that falls from up above, will there be a tree or maybe part of your roof or any kind of debris, what can you do? What my mom would do way back when we lived in Lusby, right? We had a ranch style home. We were not in the basement because we didn't have one. What we did have though was an interior bathroom, and what my mother would do is get me and my younger sister into the bathtub and have like a mattress or something over our bodies. And while that might seem dramatic, it's better safe than sorry in these types of situations, and that would be something that would definitely help. So that's that active tornado warning. Again, areas on over here towards Newburgh, Belle Alton, Morgantown, Mount Victoria, Pope's Creek. I would also be on the ready here, Newport, maybe even parts of Wicomico Shores and Chaptico. You're not under this tornado warning right now. However, you are going to be in areas that we will be monitoring for as this storm tracks to the north and east. Looks like our tornado warning for parts of PG County has been allowed to expire for right now, but we are just now getting a brand new tornado warning getting posted here for parts of our region till 7:45. This is going to be a new tornado warning for that exact same cell that it just expired on. This is going to be parts of PG County. This will include Piscataway. This will include Clinton. So it's for this cell. There it goes now. I want to go ahead and make sure we are focusing our attention there. Tornado warning until 7:45 now for the Piscataway area. This has just come up. We're looking at rotation here over Piscataway. This is moving about 21 miles per hour. This is headed up to the north and east. So this would take it generally towards Clinton at about 7:30 and on over towards Andrews Air Force Base at about 7:44. Let's go ahead and get this posted on over to socials. I'll get you the latest information here on our latest tornado warning, our 6th of the day. So again, we remain active here as we have several storms beginning to really tap into the environment we have overhead today. So tornado warning, again, it's going to be for that pink polygon here. And this is really centered in portions of south central PG County. And this goes here until 7:45. At 7:14, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Fort Washington, Maryland, and is moving to the northeast here at about 20 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and get that posted there for you. And we not necessarily in our direct coverage zone, but we do have a new tornado warning well to the west here. This is going to be on over towards the West Virginia Panhandle. I do know we have followers out here. This is west of Martinsburg, so west of 81. This is a new tornado warning that is going to be in effect for south central Morgan County and northwestern Berkeley County until 7:45. At 7:11, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Greenwood, West Virginia, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So be on the ready here as you get towards Hedgeville, just south of Berkeley Springs, west of Martinsburg. Coming back out here to the east, I want to come back to our newest tornado warning here, get you the latest information. We do have the potential for rotation here sitting over the Piscataway area. And again, we're looking for areas where green and red will touch on this version of radar. This tells us where we have winds moving away from the radar and where we have winds coming towards the radar. We have a brand new tornado warning coming in yet again. So we are really picking up here with the number of warnings across our local area. This is going to be a brand new tornado warning until 7:15. Let's go ahead and zoom it on out. This is going to be for parts of northern Virginia. This will include northern Prince William, southern parts of Loudoun County as well until 7:45. This looks to be just north of Haymarket. I can see where this potential rotation would be away from the radar in about this direction towards the radar in about that direction. You can see that rotation there headed here to the north and east. That's going to be for northern parts of Prince William County in northern Virginia. Let's go ahead and take this on over to our typical version of radar. We can throw our severe thunderstorm warnings on here as well. We are watching several different systems. We have a brand new, not a brand new, but an update to a tornado warning for our northern communities here. Continuing until 7:15, we have not forgotten about you to the north. Tornado warning remains in effect till 7:30 for northwestern Anne Arundel County, southeastern Howard County, east central Montgomery County, and north central Prince George's County. That pink polygon on your screen, that goes until 7:30. At 7:17, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Fairland or near Beltsville, moving northeast at about 20 miles per hour. The hazards here are really going to be the potential for a tornado as well as quarter-size hail. For those in the direct path of a potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage does look likely. This dangerous storm will be near Savage, Elk Ridge, Fort Meade, Severn, Columbia, and Laurel around 7:25, so in about 5 minutes or so, and around the Odenton area by about 7:30. Other locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Fulton, Spencerville, Cloverly, Calverton, Scraggsville, Ilchester, Burtonsville, Savage, Jessup, and Georgetown. This is a continuation of a tornado warning to the north. Going back to the south, we continue to have a tornado warning in effect for parts of King George County. This goes here until 7:45. feel like we can't stay on one storm for any more than just a couple of minutes when we need to check in on the others. This is our little rotation couplet here. This looks to be going just north of King George, and I want to check my other version here of radar to see if I have any new insights on potential tornado touchdowns. Let's go ahead and change that over. I like it. Panels, I want a 4-panel here, and I want to be able to check in on my correlation coefficient tracker. See if we have any potential touchdowns here. Not seeing any at the moment. That's not to say that there isn't a tornado hidden somewhere. But where we would have rotation here in parts of King George County, right about here, and then right about there. That shows you where our wind directions are going, so we're really looking at potential rotation here just to the north of King George. We're looking at Hobson Lane, actually a little bit further to the east. Ross Glen Drive, Great Eastern Way. We're looking at State Route 218. St. Paul's Road here in parts of King George County. And I want to get loaded up here on a different screen for us. Ready to look at our MDOT cameras for that, for the 301 bridge, because I think that might be able to give us an insight with this. If I zoom out radar here, so you can get a general look at where things are and the direction in which they are heading. You can see all of the different pink boxes. All of those represent different tornado warnings. You can see things are generally here moving to the north and east as they begin to push. Even if we do like an hour, that really shows you how things have been progressing here. Starting across parts of Virginia, pushing here to the north and east. We have, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active tornado warnings across the coverage area that we are going to continue to watch as all of these here move to the north and east. See if we can get a look here at any of these. Let's bring you on over. Well, let's take a look to see what we have going on. I want to head down here to the bridge, the 301, the Harry Nice Bridge, see what we can get looking deep into this storm. Not seeing, I want to get a nice view of the cloud base, not seeing that there. Let's see here. Not available. We can see that we have some decent rain rates with this system, with this storm here in parts of King George County. That might be my best vantage point. I mean, you just get a nice generalization. This is looking on out towards Virginia. So if we were to see any kind of rotation, we would see it back here in the foreground. This is going to be something I'm watching for our friends here along the 301 corridor over the next while as we see all of these storms continuing here to push to the north and east. I'm not seeing any new information come in, any new tornado warnings, which is a good thing. But we do still remain with 6 active tornado warnings. I want to take a look back here at our rotation on up to the north. I do see that that's a pretty solid rotation couplet here just to the west of Laurel. See, we have anything on the correlation coefficient. I'm not seeing it anything just yet. Down to the South Piscataway, potentially a little bit of something, maybe in the air trying. Nothing down towards King George though, which would be a good thing. Yeah, where my rotation is in, and I want to take us actually over to that base velocity here. This rotation here, it's actually coming out a little bit of the tornado warning itself, where we have that bright red. You see a nice little blob right there. That indicates where my winds are coming away from the radar. Nice bright green right there. Winds going towards the radar. That is centered right there on just to the west there of Brandywine. So if we look at some of our road names in this region, we're talking Old Marbury Road, Trippett Road, Bondywood Turn, Willow Way, Brook Jane Drive. And if any of these areas sound close to you, if that is a road you live on, we're going to be taking this series, the Chatham Park Drive. This is a cell that looks rather concerning on radar to me. If we look I'll turn off the background radar here. That is a rather nice looking, and I say that in a sense of just if we look at textbook meteorology, this looks like a very concise, maybe not a debris ball just yet, but a nice hook we have coming in with this storm, where we can see with the way that our wind flow is coming in. The storm is ingesting, and we have a brand new tornado warning coming in as we talk about this. Again, we just said it's coming out of the tornado warning just a bit, and we have a brand new tornado warning here for Brandywine. This remains radar indicated rotation, but it is not going to take much at all to drop it. To drop a confirmed tornado with this. We're moving northeast here at about 16 miles per hour. This is going to take us right into the Rosaryville area. New tornado warning here until 8 p.m. This is for southern parts of Prince George's County. This is probably our most dangerous storm at this moment, given what the look that this storm is giving me with our rotation tracker. Let's go ahead and edit this. Let's go ahead and get this posted on up to socials. This is a dangerous storm. This is one that I'm really going to be watching here as we continue on over the next 15 minutes or so. So this tornado warning is for that pink polygon that is going to be located for portions of southern Prince George's County until 8 p.m. At 7:25, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Clinton, Maryland. Let's go ahead and get that updated. Was located over Clinton and moving to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. This is a dangerous storm, and you all right. So brand new tornado warning here. Let's go ahead and get all those details out for us. And again, I don't see anything new just yet with any of our other tornado warnings. So tornado warning, 7:25 is when we saw a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Clinton. Radar indicated rotation remains with this. For those in the direct path of a tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is likely with this storm. This storm is going to be near Rosaryville, Clinton, and Marlton around 7:30, so in about the next 2 minutes or so. Other locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Chatham, Brandywine, and Akakie. You want to take cover now. As we take a look at the latest radar rotation, our latest radar sweep, we can see where we have a nice hook coming down here. This is just north of Brandywine. I'm going to get rid of our tracker for the moment, get you some road names here. This is getting ready to cross Route 5 here in just a matter of moments. And then we're looking at Earnshaw Drive. We're looking at Colwood Streets. Seward Road headed on over here. Let's see, we have any other locations popping up. This will be crossing 301 here soon. It's really this corridor here between about Brandywine and Rosaryville. I want to see if I can get some additional traffic cameras loaded on up in this region, because this is going to be a populated area that should be able to produce for us some sort of look into this storm. If we take a look at 301 at Route 5, not the best vantage point, actually. I want to stay away from that camera. It doesn't give me much additional looks at things. So while this is a populated area, not many traffic cameras we got going on here, but that's okay. But we're looking at this region here. Again, Stewart's Road, Lesbie's Lane, Earnshaw Drive, Lesbie's Turn, Elmwood Drive, Shady Oak Parkway, Crestwood Avenue, Valley Road. This is all in south central Prince George's County right now, where we are looking at this storm. Take a look at our base velocity. See what this can get us. You can see we have a nice, and latest radar update does now put this tornado warned storm that is potentially dropping a tornado right now, is now crossing 301 as we speak. This is going just to the north of Brandywine. Rosaryville, you are going to be in the direct path of this potential tornado here. Let's get the latest tracking on where this rotation is. We know we're headed to the northeast here at about 16. Rosaryville, you got about 13 minutes, about 19 seconds, 18 seconds, 17 seconds. For those of you in the Rosaryville area, north of Brandywine, just to the east of Clinton, this is going to be just south, the southern portions of Upper Marlboro as well. Here are your tornado safety precautions you need to be taking right now. You are going to be moving indoors to a building with a foundation. A shed, a mobile home is not going to work. And it looks like, is this new? 7:28. Looks like we have a brand new tornado warning coming in right now. Let's make sure that that's actually a new one. Yep, it does look like a brand new tornado warning is now in. This doesn't include much of our local coverage area. This does include parts of our coverage area, though. So taking it, I'm going to come back in here. So it's going to be on up to the north here. This barely includes northern parts of PG County, but it does include some parts. So it looks like we got rotation right about here, tracking to the northeast. This is going to be a 45-minute track I'm going to need for this kind of a storm. Northeast, 28 degrees, 10 miles per hour. Not many new locations here. So this is going to be to the west of the Jessup area. Just going to make sure that socials are updated with this latest warning. Our King George County tornado warning, just to update you on that front, that has been allowed to expire, that are canceled. The one down towards the Tappahannock area has been canceled. Our one to the west of I-95 has been canceled. So we are now starting to come down a little bit. We now just have 3 active tornado warnings. Tornado warning, this again is that pink polygon. For northern Prince George's County and eastern Howard counties in Maryland until 8 p.m. And at 7:28, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Laurel or near Beltsville and moving to the northeast at 10 miles per hour. This is a slow-moving storm up to the north here that we're going to be tracking. Coming back down to the south, coming into our local coverage area, and I want to see if we have any other areas of rotation to be watching for when I come to base velocity, actually. Come down here. I still see a little bit of rotation here just north of Dahlgren. Granted, there is no active tornado warning with it. Not seeing anything in the Waldorf area, but it's this area here in Brandywine. The storm has crossed Route 5. This is about to cross 301 here for you. Heads up Rosaryville. This continues here to track to the north and east. Let's bring us on over to reflectivity. Still getting a nice hook echo here with this storm as we have winds moving away from the radar in this direction, winds coming into the storm, feeding into it in that direction. Rosaryville, this is going to be moving right into your area. Let's get you some local town names that would, or street names that might sound familiar here for you. Como Road, Angora Drive, Frank Tippett Road, Sarah Landing Drive, Stewart's Road. And yeah, we're continuing to look at that rotation. The latest radar scan has now come in, showing where that is. Moving here into, or about to cross Como Road. This is really kind of right over Kenema Drive right now. Stewart's Road, this is right over you as well, that we are continuing to watch. So this is a pretty populated area here. This is going to be moving here into the Chatham area just about now, honestly. With Rosaryville, this is knocking on your door. Croom, be on the heads up as well. Upper Marlboro, you're going to be in the line of fire potentially here. Coming up in about 15 minutes if this storm can kind of hold itself together with what I'm seeing on our rotation. And if I take you over to a version of radar I do like to use, it gets a little technical, so stay with me here. This is going to be our 4-panel radar. So they all show the exact same thing, just like different versions of it. So your normal radar is all the way up here to the top left. You can see we have the hook echo here coming in and channel. To the top right, that's what we were just looking at with that rotation. Areas of red, you have winds coming away from the radar. Green going towards the radar, those winds. So that shows you where you have rotation. To the south, in the bottom right-hand corner is where you are going to see potential debris. Anything that shows up as green or blue would indicate that there could be some debris, and I do actually see potentially a little bit of that. Just to the west here, a channel, and then down to the bottom left, that shows where we have potential rotation going to and away from the radar. When we start to see those greens and blues come together, that really shows where we have rotation. So we're continuing to watch the storm here in southern PG County. This is what I'm definitely watching. To the north, you can see we have a little bit of rotation. It's a little bit more spread out, though, as it moves into parts of Howard County. Seeing a little bit of rotation left here near the Dahlgren area. This is an area I was watching earlier as well that had a tornado warning on it. But we will continue to monitor that situation as well. Tornado warning continuing here for parts of PG County. I want to see if I can get any new updates here on where it is. Any new updates? Nothing just yet. And I think we confirmed that do we have a live shot here in the Brandywine area of this potential system. Not seeing a good vantage point just yet. As we talk bigger picture though, we do not have any active warnings in effect for much or any other parts of Southern Maryland. Calvert County, you have no active warnings. St. Mary's County, you are in the clear. Charles County, you are in the clear for right now. I say all of that for right now. Granted, you do have storms moving in, but no active warnings. And most of PG County, you're fine. The areas that are not fine are going to be areas between Brandywine and Upper Marlboro. That stretch of 301 is under an active tornado warning here till 8 p.m. And then we have this cell that is lifted from the Laurel area in towards parts of Howard County getting near Columbia. Most of Anne Arundel County no longer tornado warned, which is good. Everyone does remain under that tornado watch, though, between now and about midnight tonight. So this is going to take us a couple hours to make sure we get all of this through here. And if we take off the local radar real quick, and if we put this here into motion over the last hour and a half, you can see how things have progressed. We saw this line develop all the way back out to the west with a tornado warning near the Front Royal area. That's that pink polygon. And as cells have moved here to the north and east, we've seen new tornado warnings pop up. We have a brand new tornado warning now in effect for parts of Westmoreland County. Let's go ahead and take ourselves in here, take a look and see what we got going on. This is going to be south of Montrose until 8:15. This storm is moving here northeast at about 24 miles per hour. Tall timbers, I'd be on the lookout for this at about 8:20 or so. Let's go ahead and get this posted, get you the latest information on this brand new tornado warning now for parts of Westmoreland County in Virginia till 8:15. Let me just clarify that is southern parts of Westmoreland County for southern. At 7:37, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Newland or near Montrose, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Southern St. Mary's County should monitor this storm over the next hour. All right, so we can see we have a pretty decent storm here. I'm going to see if we're kind of far away from the radar at this point, but see if we can get any rotation. You can see where maybe a little bit of that rotation is here, where those greens and reds want to come together. that indicates where we do have rotation, and this is going to be just south of Virginia 3. The worst of this should move just to the south of Montrose, but this is going to be moving into we do have a little bit of population here. Acorn, you're included in this. Granted, the worst should pass to your north, but it's going to be something we watch. Kinsale, we're going to be on the lookout as well. We continue with a tornado warning on up for the Rosaryville area. I want to take us back north, make sure we are continuing to stay updated on all of these different tornado warnings. And I really, before we get there, I'm still looking at rotation here, just north of 301. As we get the latest information on the Prince George's tornado warning, I want to check my traffic cameras. I wouldn't be surprised to see a tornado warning for parts of Charles County here soon. But still looking at this tornado warning, the Rosaryville area, we continue to look at really good, or at least very strong, very potent rotation here just over Rosaryville. This is crossing 301. This is a populated area. So for those of you in Rosaryville, tornado safety precautions, the lowest level of a sturdy foundation-based home, basement or first floor, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If we were to look big picture here for other locations that should be aware of this, we're going to be looking eventually towards Upper Marlborough, potentially Bristol. Most of Dunkirk, this should pass to the north of you. I wouldn't be too concerned in Dunkirk by this specific cell, but we'll see. These storms do have the potential to change trajectory at a moment's notice for us. If we take a look at our traffic cameras here, and it looks like maybe see a little something. Yeah, that might be able to show us something. So I'm going to be watching. Let's bring back up. Here we go. So I'm going to be watching this traffic camera, and if I actually kind of get out of the full version mode here, I'm able to zoom in a little bit, not really into the camera itself, but all the way up top. It might be difficult to see, but you can see potentially a little bit of a low-hanging clouds here. This is going to be an area that I'm watching as that cell crosses the Potomac here. Here into parts of Prince George's County. This might it's a little difficult to see here just given the weird orientation of these cameras, but it's just to the north of the Harry Nice Bridge. It's going to be an area to watch as these cells begin to cross the Potomac River. Something about the Potomac, when these cells cross, makes them just want to spin up, and it's going to be something that I think needs to be watched. I'm almost surprised that just given how preemptively we've been warning cells today that this doesn't have a warning on it right now. You can see where we get a little bit of that rotation here just north of the 301 bridge. This is moving here into Pope's Creek right now, where you'd have wind coming this way, wind going about that way, moving here right into Pope's Creek. So this would be like Pope's Creek Road right now, Keachland Farm Road, Ravens Cliff Road, Second Gate Place, South Faulkner Road. These are going to be areas that you don't have an active tornado warning for right now, but this is a cell that I'm continuing to watch. I still see some rotation here with it that would at least just warrant watching as this storm continues to track here to the north and east. See if we have any new updates coming out on any of our other tornado warnings. Let's see, tornado warning 7:38. That's still pretty current. Tornado warning remains in effect till 8 o'clock for southern PG County. At 7:38, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Rosaryville, as we've been noting, or near Clinton. This is moving northeast at about 20 miles per hour. Those in the path of this potential storm include Rosaryville and Marlton here over the next 5 to 10 minutes as we continue to track them. Chatham and Brandywine, we're also going to be on the lookout for you as well. So plenty going on. Again, if we were to zoom out here, let's take off the local radar, get you just a general vibe on what's going on. You can see how all of this is kind of just bubbled up here. As you can almost see what looks to be like a line of storms. You can almost kind of see where the energy is. we were to draw kind of where that is, it kind of is an axis like this for right now. We are going to see more cells develop, I think, behind this and more heavy rain. But this is almost kind of where your initial bout of energy is. It's creating a little bit of twist and turn. And it's as this moves here to the north and east that we're going to need to watch these cells to have that potential kink in the rotation. And you can kind of see, like, to get to that point where these cells have gone. We have a brand new tornado warning now coming in for parts of Anne Arundel County. I don't think this really includes much of Calvert County. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. I want to get us back to our local radar. Are they going to say that's Calvert County? Thought process. They do. It's not really, though. It includes like the tippity-toppity part of Dunkirk, and I don't know if I'd call that. All right, so we are headed to the northeast here at about 26 miles per hour. Get us an accurate look in. There we go. Get some town names here, and just zoom ourselves in. Go ahead and update socials with this. As I update socials, I'll read to you what we are looking at with specific town names, areas, and what the National Weather Service is seeing here with this cell as it continues to track here to the east. Again, it's that entire kind of area of rotate, that wave of energy here moving to the east. So we have a brand new tornado warning. This is for that pink polygon. This is going to be for southern Anne Arundel, and I'm going to take Calvert out of that, and southeastern Prince George's counties in Maryland until 8:15. At 7:44 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Marlton or near Upper Marlborough and moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. This is a dangerous storm, and all interests in this area should be moving indoors to a tornado safe spot. All right. What the National Weather Service is saying in addition to this storm. Make sure that's a new tornado warning, not yet at least. For those in the path of this potential tornado touchdown that is just radar indicated at the moment, flying debris will become dangerous to those of you caught without shelter with this storm. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage will be likely. This dangerous storm will be near Upper Marlborough and Deal around 7:50. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include, but are not limited to, Lothian, Harwood, and Tracy's Landing. As we can take a look here, these are the areas that our system, our William Richmond Inc. radar, is picking up as areas to be on the guard for this storm as it moves here to the east. Bristol by about 7:58, Lothian 8:07, Harwood at about 8:09. Mayo 8:22, Shelby on the Bay 8:24, Highland Beach at 8:29. We are continuing to look at rotation here that's just moved to the Rosaryville area. If we draw on where we know our winds are going here, away from the radar there, towards the radar here, this is going to be radar indicated rotation. Kind of centered here on Hollow Tree Lane, Mount Calvert Road, Brookridge Drive, headed on over towards, you got Mount Calvert Road, Duval Road. Moving out ahead, Wrighton Road, Green Landing Road, Boone's Drive. This is going to cross Route 4 towards the Bristol area in about the next 15 minutes or so. These are all going to be areas that we want to definitely keep an eye on with this. It's clear, and I want to finish that. I want to zoom back out, take a look at our southern storms. This storm near the Newburgh area continues to concern me, and I'm very surprised that we don't have a tornado warning on it. But those of you in the Newburgh area, near Newport, Pope's Creek, this has moved through you. Just to the south of Allen's Fresh. This is where I'm looking at my rotation right now. And as we speak, there it is. This is why you're with JB Weather for the latest information. We've been saying here the last 5-10 minutes that there should have been a tornado warning on this, and sure enough, there is. Brand new tornado warning. This is going to be for a lot of people in our coverage zone, so I would expect many people to join here. This is a brand new tornado warning here for parts of Charles and parts of St. Mary's County. I'm going to go ahead and get socials updated before we get our influx of people looking to get the latest information, at which point we will reset. So this is a brand new tornado warning. This is going to be for this pink polygon. For southern Charles and northern St. Mary's counties in Maryland till 8:15. At 7:49 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pope's Creek, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Move indoors to your tornado safe spot now. All right. Let's go ahead and get you uploaded here. So we have a couple tornado warnings now for some pretty populated areas within our coverage zone. And I want to go ahead and reset now, as we now have a slew of people looking to join. Good evening. Welcome to the welcome in. Thank you for choosing JB Weather to get the latest information, as we have a rather dangerous severe weather situation setting up and unfolding across the region this evening. We currently have several different tornado warnings. We have a tornado warning to the north that is for parts of southeastern PG County and southern parts of Anne Arundel County. This goes here until 8:15. Go ahead and get some text loaded here. At about 7:44 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Marlton or near Upper Marlborough and moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. Locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm to the north include, but are not limited to, Upper Marlborough, Deal, Lothian, Harwood, and Tracy's Landing. We have an additional tornado warning to the south now that includes parts of Charles and St. Mary's County, northwestern St. Mary's, and central Charles County till 8:15. This latest pink polygon. This is radar indicated rotation. At 7:49, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Pope's Creek and moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. For those caught in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed, and tree damage is likely. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of northwestern St. Mary's and central Charles counties, including the following locations: Charlotte Hall, Wycomico, Dentsville, Faulkner, Bryantown, Mechanicsville, and Hughesville. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. So our local areas that we know we're going to be taking a look at here, we have potential rotation right now, crossing 301 over Timberneck Place, over maybe, no, let's go ahead and clear that off. Over Timberneck Place, and this is moving towards Penns Hill Road, so Newport, Dentsville, parts of Mechanicsville, and Charlotte Hall, Route 6. We're looking over towards 236. We're looking at Linda Lane, Dubois Road, Trinity Church Road, Old Farm Road, Bowling Drive, Oliver's Shop Road, Cook Sweetney Place, Oaks Road, Baum Hamburg Place, Route 6, Riceville Road, Trinity Church Road, as we've noted, Norwood Drive. These are going to be areas that we are going to be watching with this latest tornado warning. We also have one to the south that needs to be watched as well. So this is our third storm that we're going to be taking a look at. This is currently moving through parts of Westmoreland County. Our latest information on this tornado warning that is getting close to Erica. This is passing north of Acorn, north of Kinsale, north of Lyles. Severe thunder. That's not what I wanted. I want you, Mr. Tornado Warning. Thank you. Tornado warning for northwestern Richmond County has been canceled, but it does remain in effect till 8:15 for southeastern Westmoreland County. At 7:49 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located about 5 miles southeast of Montrose, moving northeast at about 25 miles per hour. So that will be another storm that we are continuing to look at. I do want to see quickly, and I don't think I'll be able to get much off of it, but let's see if any of our 301 cameras can capture this potential tornado warning storm here. As the storm exits Pope's Creek, and I think it's just a little bit too north for us to really get a good handle and a good vantage point on it. For those of you just now joining in, again, active evening here in the JB Weather Center. We've been live with you over the last hour tracking this dangerous severe weather setup that we do have across the region. I want to quickly run through where we have active tornado warnings and then get you your tornado safety precautions. We have one tornado warning to the north for parts of southeastern Prince George's and southern Anne Arundel County till 8:15. A second tornado warning for the Pope's Creek area towards Newport, Densville, parts of Mechanicsville, and Charlotte Hall until 8:15. We have another storm we are watching to the south for parts of Westmoreland County until 8:15. I want to go ahead and show you what your tornado safety precautions should be if you are in any of these areas or you are near them and want to start preparing now. 3 key things, and I say this as not somebody who has a multi-million-dollar home that has huge basement, right? But you want to move indoors to a building with a foundation. A mobile home or a shed is not going to work. Maybe you need to head across the street to a neighbor, or you need to move indoors if you're outside to some sort of facility that has a foundation. You want to move to the lowest level of that building, so either a basement or a first floor. I grew up in Lesby, Southern Calvert County. Very few of my friends had basements. We didn't have basement. It was a single-story ranch-style home. What my mom would do is she'd get us into that interior bathroom. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and you would like to have a room that does not have an exterior wall, if that's at all possible, but a bathroom tends to be a pretty good spot. And then you want to shield yourself. An interior room, you want to cover your body. Well, again, what my mother would do with me and my younger sister, not only would she get us in that bathroom, but she'd also get us in that tub and then put some sort of like mattress or maybe even a helmet on top, and she'd have her purse with her and any important documents. And while that seems dramatic, it's dramatic until it's not. Until you're in the midst of a potential tornado touchdown, right? You want to make sure that you are safe and you're riding the storm out in the best way you can. Now, I grew up in Southern Maryland all my life. I know that all of you want to go outside and see if you can see the tornado. It is 7:57 and there is heavy rain. You are not going to see if there is indeed a tornado until it is much too late and the tornado is on top of you. So keep that in mind. Granted, I can just give you that advice. I can't make decisions. Can't make decisions for you. I'm going to come back up north here, where I want to check our latest rotation here with these storms. I want to get base velocity. I want to clear some of this off here. So I am continuing to see strong rotation here, getting close to Route 4 near the Bristol area in southern Anne Arundel County. I have winds coming in this direction, coming out of the northwest to the southeast, out of Upper Marlboro, and winds then circulating around, indicating where we have a potential rotation couplet crossing the Patuxent River here, getting towards Route 4, crossing Route 4 eventually here through parts of southern Anne Arundel County. So Tracy's Landing and Harwood, Lothian, these are going to be areas that we are watching. Dunkirk, this is passing just to your north at the time, so you do not need to be too worried. However, I would stay aware in Dunkirk. Tracy's Landing, no deal. I would be aware too. Make sure that you know what's going on as well. I want to check on my rotation couplet down here. It continues to look quite strong. If I show you here over the last half hour that we've been tracking this puppy, we can see that back a while ago, you can see where it had that initial rotation couplet right down through here, right over Newburgh. See, it comes out of King George, crosses the Potomac, and as I said back then, it's always something with that Potomac that wants to kind of spin stuff up, and you can see where we've been tracking this. So this is a rotation couplet here. We have winds where we have red coming away from the radar, where we have green. This is wind going towards the radar. That doesn't look like an arrow. That kind of does. So I want to see if I can't just get you, and we have a brand new update with the tornado warning. So nothing new, but just an update. Stone Street Road, you're currently under the gun right now. Derby Court, Provident Drive, Penns Hill Road, right now looking at this tornado warning. The tornado warning remains in effect till 8:15 for northwestern St. Mary's and east central Charles counties. At 7:58 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Pope's Creek, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Really, this is kind of over Allen's Fresh at this point. This is a radar indicated potential tornado. Those caught in the direct path of this potential tornado touchdown could encounter flying debris that will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes could be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Dentsville, Bryanstown, and Charlotte Hall. I'm going to go ahead and turn off. Let's go ahead and clear you. I'm going to come back down to the south here as I would, and portions of southern St. Mary's kind of looks like we may have something to be watching for you as well. So no worries that you're not included in the fun, and that's what you want to call it. So we have a tornado warning down here for parts of Westmoreland County. We are looking at our rotation couplet right about here. This is just to the north, just to the south of Erica. Now, if we put on a storm track with this, I'm going to go ahead and finish that. Stop. Let's go ahead and put a storm track here over the next 45 minutes. And I think I might need to clear you off. Clear, thank you. So as we take a look here, I'll make sure I'm staying up to date on my warnings as well. If we add am I going to need to reset that system? Manual tracking. Draw me something. I might just need to reset the system as a whole. So let's go ahead and change vantage points as we do so. I'm going to go ahead and get you on over. Switch you on over here. There we go. As we go and get that system reset up here for us, make sure we're getting the latest information. You can see where our tornado warnings currently are, where we have all of these pink polygons represent different tornado warnings. The red shaded area as a whole represents your tornado watch area until midnight. So we are going to be on standby from the Blue Ridge Mountains on out to the east. But we are continuing to watch all of these systems. We're continuing to watch all of these individual storms that produced individual tornado warnings for us. I want to bring us back into our system now as we there we go. So we've reset here. So we see where our rotation couplet is. I want to get my manual tracking loaded up. There we go. Just south of Erica, we're moving northeast here at about 30 miles per hour. So these will be areas that I'm going to be watching. You're not currently under any warnings in this area. However, this is something that we're going to continue to want to watch, right? So we're looking at tall timbers potentially by about 8:20 for this tornadic thunderstorm to try to cross the Potomac towards you. Piney Point, 8:21. Drayton, 8:26. St. Mary's City, 8:30. Dameron, 8:34, in Park Hall, 8:35 before we then reach the Bay. So here over the next 5 minutes or so, we'll see if we get a new tornado warning issued for southern parts of St. Mary's County. It would not surprise me at all. We are continuing to track this cell on a pier towards southern parts of Anne Arundel County. This latest radar scan tells me that maybe this cell's trying to weaken a little bit, but little bit here. It's not that much good news. Continuing to look at a tornado warning here until 8:15. For south central Anne Arundel and east central Prince George's County at 8 o'clock. And we're getting a new severe thunderstorm warning, it looks like. I want to see where that's getting issued for before I continue reading this puppy on. Give me some locations here till 8:30. This is going to include the Annapolis area. So we've now extended this out a little bit, opting for a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. I'm going to see if I can't just take my lightning off real quick because it kind of clouds things up just a bit. We're moving 51 degrees at about 29 miles per hour. All right, so we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning coming in now. So not as serious as a tornado warning, however, some would argue maybe just as serious. So a brand new severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30 for parts of Anne Arundel County until 8:30 for Central, lowercase, Central. And this is that yellow polygon you see on your screen. At 8:03 p.m., so just a little bit ago, a severe thunderstorm was located near London Town or over Road River, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. We have a little bit of a tornado warning. They're trying. Moving northeast at 30 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour winds, large hail, frequent lightning, and a tornado are all possible. We have a brand new tornado warning now coming in here for parts of Westmoreland County for that southern system we have been looking at and monitoring. I want to go ahead and get us down there. Take a level 2 radar look here. So it's for that Erica area that we've been looking at. This goes here till 8:30, but I mean, it's not like it's gonna be there for too long, as we just looked at with our tracking. So about 24 miles per hour is how they have it pegged. So at 8:04, so this is a new tornado warning for, how do they classify it? East Central Westmoreland County. We'll revisit our friends up north and take a look at that tornado warning that we haven't touched on in probably about 5 minutes now for parts of Charles County. At 8:04 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Coles Point, or 7 miles southwest of Tall Timbers, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. This is a dangerous storm, and you should be moving indoors to your tornado safe spot now. St. Mary's County should stay aware. All right, go ahead and get you posted here. This is a very small tornado warning, as you can see, and I think this is more of a heads up to our local National Weather Service office that, you know what, maybe for southern St. Mary's County you should consider a tornado warning here at some point. Still tracking this tornado warning here for parts of Charles County. They've taken out most of Mechanicsville in their latest update. Their latest update reads that at 7:58, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near that Islands Fresh area, but now is much closer to Dentsville as this storm continues on. I want to check our base velocity, see if we have any rotation, and it's still continuing there. Radar presentation isn't the nicest, but it tells you that this is a rain raft potential tornado here that is cross Route 6 moving through Dentsville. This is up next, headed towards Bryantown and Hughesville. When I think Hughesville, I'm thinking of those traffic circles, right? Kind of back to back there. In that region, be aware, no active tornado warning right now, but this tornadic system, this potential tornado producing storm is headed to the north and east here, and it's going to need to be something that does get watched. Granted, even with our latest scan here, things are starting to, the rotation is lessening so much, right? It's not like a consistent ball of rotation like we might see down here as this system crosses the Potomac River. And we also have a little bit of rotation up here near the Upper Marlboro and Lothian areas. For those of you just now joining, good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Been with you here in the JV Weather Center for the last hour and 15 minutes, tracking the severe weather situation we have unfolding across the region. A tornado watch remains in effect for all of southern Maryland, the DC, Baltimore, and Philadelphia metro areas in the eastern shore here until midnight. So everyone should be aware, even those of you in Calvert County that don't currently have any warnings, right? These storms are beginning to move towards you. We have 3 active tornado warnings at the present time, and I want to make sure I'm saying updated that we don't have any new ones coming through. Nothing just yet. We do have a Tornado warning, still in effect till 8:15. So here for about the next 6 minutes or so for southern parts of PG County, or southern parts of Anne Arundel County. This is getting near Lothian. This is cross Bristol and Route 4, headed towards about the Harwood area. That then turns into a severe thunderstorm warning for the Annapolis area. So be aware up in that region. We have a second tornado warning in effect for parts of Charles County until 8:15. This is that cell that has just crossed the Route 6 corridor, moving through Dennisville and is heading towards Bryantown and Hughesville. And we have our last tornado warning for parts of Westmoreland County that currently goes until 8:15, but we're going to be on the lookout here in southern St. Mary's County for this cell as it moves through the Arica region with some pretty strong rotation, and we'll see if the Potomac River is able to either lessen that or is able to really kind of tighten that up, and that's typically what we do tend to see with these types of situations here. So that is a current overview of where we currently stand. I want to currently show you where we are, but I also want to show you what your tornado safety precautions should be at this point for any of you located in any of those active tornado warnings. You're going to be moving indoors here to a building with the foundation. A shed in our mobile home isn't really going to do you much justice. Just think. If you have a tornado that does indeed drop down, you have circulating winds, that's going to go ahead and pick up anything that is not secured down to the ground. So you want to move indoors to a building with a foundation, and then you want to move to the lowest level of that building. So if you're outdoors, you're finding some sort of substantial shelter, and a basement would be great, but in Southern Maryland, not everybody has a basement, right? I grew up in a single-story ranch-style home. We only had one story, so you can stay on the first floor, but then the next one becomes even more important of shielding yourself. Move into an interior room. You want to put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. You don't really want an exterior wall in the room that you're in. Granted, like our bathroom, it had an exterior wall, but that was okay. Bathrooms tend to be pretty good for that, for tornado safety precautions. And shielding yourself. Think, if you have flying debris, what's going to protect you? Mattress could help. Helmet could help, and having just important documents nearby, purse, wallet, all those things would be helpful. So that is what we are looking at. I do see a quick question asking about rainfall amounts. I don't know if on this system I can show you rainfall amounts. And I will update you that our tornado warning for southern Anne Arundel County has now been dropped. We will see if that gets re-upped here in just a moment, as what has tended to happen. But if I show you just over the last hour, we have seen this cell here move through Prince George's County, move through Upper Marlboro, Rosaryville, now headed towards Annapolis. It's put down upwards of an inch of rain. Where you see these blues popping up here, that indicates over an inch of rain. In this cell down here that has moved just south of Montrose has put down over an inch of rain in those locations. Over the last 12 hours, we've seen decent rainfall amounts. Up to the north here, near Laurel, Savage, Waterloo, near Simpsonville, Guilford, North Laurel, West Laurel, we have an active flash flood warning. You see that nice little purple blob there, that indicates rainfall amounts up over 2 inches have fallen. So that is where we currently stand. We currently have 2 active tornado warnings for those pink polygons. And we will see right now, and bring ourselves on over here. And I don't think my system's going to get rid of this other tornado warning until 8:15, which is annoying. But oh, and it looks like we've dropped a couple more tornado warnings, which is always good news. Our tornado warning here for the just south of Waldorf in Charles County has been allowed to get canceled as rotation has weakened there. We were just talking about that. Our rotation has not seemed perhaps the most concise as it's kind of broadened out a little bit. And yeah, I'm not saying a direct, concise rotation couplet there. We are only left with the tornado warning for the Arica area and parts of Westmoreland County. The worst of that rotation, though, has moved out over the open bay, so I'll be interested to see if near the Valley Lee area, if we get a new tornado warning for that region as that continues to move over the Potomac River. But very good news, we've dropped a couple of tornado warnings now. Our only active tornado warning is the one for the Arica region in Westmoreland County. There we go. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning though on up for the Annapolis area. And just big picture here, you can kind of see as all of this kind of congeals together, right? We're not looking at individual cells right now. We're much more just looking at maybe pockets of severe weather within a broader pocket of rain. Flash flooding is going to become an issue. We do have a flood watch up through tomorrow morning for that very reason, that tonight heavy rain is very possible. Our models are indicating that the heaviest rain may try to fall to the north of the DC area on up towards the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area. Everyone is at risk of seeing about 1 to 3 inches. With some of our cells, we've already seen them put down over an inch of rain through parts of southern PG County, parts of Charles County, in King George County, and in Westmoreland County. We've already seen that occur. Additional rain amounts are possible. And if I zoom out, you can see the entire area under that tornado watch, that area shaded in red, that goes from Adams, York, and Lancaster counties and parts of Pennsylvania, all the way down past Richmond, down towards the Virginia Beach area and Chesapeake, all the way to our all the way out towards the ocean, right? On over towards Ocean City, Sussex County, Cape May, Atlantic City, these areas. It's a pretty large area that's under this potential tornado threat that we are going to continue to watch. Only one active tornado warning, but as we've seen today, we can see rotation very quickly pulsate up in any one of these cells. And thankfully, it looks like our rotation here that's crossing the bay is starting to fall apart a little bit, which is good news. Still something to monitor, though, for the St. Mary's County area. And we're still looking at a decent bit of wind with this cell that's moving through parts of Anne Arundel County towards the Annapolis area. And if I take us back over, let's take this version of radar off. And if I show you now about the last 2 hours, I've been with you about an hour and a half at this point. You can see kind of how everything has moved through. And if I bring us back, because I kind of went a little quick, you can see how we've seen tornado warnings just kind of spiral up in different locations. Started just out of DC initially, and then they've kind of spread out a bit. And we were looking at several different locations under this. And now we're really looking at primarily a flash flooding threat for the Baltimore area, severe thunderstorm warning for Frederick, Maryland, severe thunderstorm warning for Annapolis. We are still looking at a tornado warning in effect for Erica. Granted, that cell is pretty much moved out of that region. And when I talk about individual areas of rotation that we need to be looking at, if we zoom in here, I want to see if we can get that. I mean, you can see where maybe a little bit of rotation exists. It's nothing concise, nothing hardcore, right in this region where you get that little bit of red and green touching. We really want to, if we're looking for a rotation, we really want to see a more concise couplet than that. So it's good that we don't see that. We see other areas where there's some red and some green, but it's not organized in any specific way. And even up here in the Annapolis region, where you see red and green, it's not a couplet. It's more like a wall of red and a wall of green, which just indicates we likely have some straight line winds that we're going to need to be monitoring for those regions. But I think for the time being, that's where we're caught for right now. It's been a very active evening, and it promises to continue to be active. You want to stay weather aware through sunrise tomorrow morning. So tonight, as you go to bed, we want to make sure that you have some sort of way to get warnings in case one does get issued. Our highest tornado threat to me really exists here over about the next 2 hours, but the tornado watch remains in effect here for the next hour through about midnight or so. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate that you all wanted to come to JB Weather to get the latest information. And I'll be here on the Storm Center tracking the latest information through the rest of the evening going into this weekend, as additional areas of rain and some stormy weather could be possible Saturday evening with some scattered and spotty storms. All right, stay safe. Keep it tuned here to JB Weather. Take any warning seriously. And after about an hour and a half, I think that's what we're called. Have a nice and safe one. I'm Forecaster John Bordash.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.